Well, it was 1 year ago this month that California became the first state in the nation to order a lockdown because of the pandemic. The year has taken a toll on mental health, especially for those who suffer from addiction. NBC4's Angie Crouch shows us how isolation sent one nurse into a downward spiral.
I used heroin, and I used crystal meth, and I smoked weed.
This is what the crushing isolation of the pandemic has done to Jennifer Thomas. It drove her back to drugs, a habit she thought she'd kicked. It got so bad the single mother ended up living in a tent near the freeway in Santa Clarita.
I don't ever want you to forget this, because if you continue to do this, this is the best you'll have.
This month, Jennifer finally reached out for help from addiction counselor Carrie Quashen. Jennifer says she previously worked at a medical facility, but it closed down during the pandemic, and her history of drug abuse reemerged. Without a job to go to, she fell into a deep depression and lost everything, including her 11-year-old son.
I'm so sorry.
Quashen took Jennifer to his rehab center in Piru, which has never been busier.
People that are coming into our treatment centers now are physically more sick than ever before.
During the pandemic, drug overdoses are at an all-time high, and alcohol sales are up 54%. Jennifer nearly died several times during lockdown.
My using definitely increased because it was definitely a numbing and coping mechanism, as well as the pandemic made it where I didn't have any accountability.
Jennifer is one of dozens of addicts rescued by Carrie Quashen during the pandemic.
And what I want to say to everybody is there's always hope. Always hope. If you have to question yourself and you have to say to yourself, do you think maybe I'm doing this, maybe I'm using too much or drinking too much, then the answer is yes. You don't have to hit that kind of bottom. Reach out now.
Jennifer is now sober and safe, and with hope on the horizon that the pandemic is coming to an end, she's hoping she can put her life back together again.
Honestly, incredibly embarrassing to share my story, but my hope is that it helps someone and that it helps me remain accountable as well.
If you're struggling with addiction, you can call the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration at 1-800-662-HELP. They can refer you to free local services. Angie Crouch, NBC4 News.